wondering what the hell was that, let me just kind of... There we go. If you're wondering what this is, there was a crash in Deer Park Avenue and whatever the fuck this road is. I don't know how much I could debrief, but I could debrief how much I can. Now, my next site will be Syosset, Queens. Fuck you, I'm gonna call Nassau County Queens, so fuck you, or East Queens. So, take that as you will. But, here in Suffolk, right on the Babylon-Huntington Town line. I gotta go northbound. Obviously, I can't go make that left because that left is blocked. I mean, right, sorry, I can't make a right, so I gotta make a left. So, instead, oh, and there goes the water. And so instead, we're gonna go this way. Because I'm carrying water to the next branch, I have to basically drive slow. So I can't get on the expressway unless forced to. Hence why the service roads exist for us slow pokes. So people are on to Wellington Avenue. We might have other ways of getting there. Which leaves the neighborhood with issues here. Okay. Let me think before what happened here. So basically, I'll give you first a TLDR. Motorcycle, car, motorcyclist, old man, crash with 3 females in the car, which makes female drivers look way worse now than they already are, unfortunately. He hits their vehicle's windshield, bam, splats onto the ground, onto oncoming traffic. Well, not really, but there was a red light at the time. But what I'm trying to say here is he splats onto the ground, a whole commotion, a whole camaraderie. I heard it, but I didn't see the crash. But what I could tell was someone ran the red. Maybe the females ran the red trying to make a left. He made a left, and then they crashed. So there's that. Of course, the woman is habla español, but hey, I understand Spanish, so I know exactly what she was saying in my mind. So there you go. And then the police came in. A blondie who, let's just say mama bear mode came out of her. She basically was upset that the police or the ambulance wasn't coming any faster. Almost had a assault battery officer charge, and there you go. All right, thought. And then shut down road, all that shit. Bus fucked up. News12 came in, there you go. Now let me time for the extended explanation. Now, I came in, groggy and still tired as fuck from yesterday, working bones to bones. But hey, guess what? I already blanked out again. Basically, I ended up, so I was already starting to do a window cleaning outside, and as I was getting, like, I think the 3rd or 4th bucket of water, I heard a crash. Now, I thought the crash was like someone, like, dropping something or some kind of, I don't know what the crash was really about, but I heard a crash. It's straight past, so it's right back up to Deer Park Avenue, so it's good. And I don't know what exactly really happened, but what I can tell you is that that crash did involve a good amount of particles being thrown around. I went out, saw what happened, and it was a crash. And I heard a huge commotion, an uproarious commotion of brouhahas, and it was a whole crash. It was the whole 9 yards. Needless to say, they ended up, how should I say it? They ended up having to close on the area because a few people there was able, on the southbound side, was able to get away, but at the northbound side, they couldn't. So there you go. So what ended up happening there is pretty much, I'm blanking again, really. basically what happened was 3 females, I'm assuming there was a child there and a mother. They were trying to, I think, intend to beat a red, but they couldn't because, well, they were trying to beat the red, or I guess a red arrow. I don't know what it was, but they tried to beat a red, and they didn't think that there was a motorcyclist on the other side, I think, also trying to make a left. What happened was, I think those 3 women tried to make a left, and because they knew they were going to make that, they were trying to make that left as fast as possible. So because of that, that's why they crashed. The thing is, he crashed, and the guy, the old man on the motorcycle, basically ended up, you see this? Crashed into that pane, and then plop, and then after that fell onto the concrete floor you see right here. So, and then he fell down there, and everyone there it was a lot of people that came out. About 5 people called 911, and a lot of people, and the police came in. Usually the response time here in America sucks ass, but in this case, they came in within less than 2 minutes. Less than 2 minutes. There was a blonde woman who was basically saying, "Do not leave here. You are not leaving. You stay still. Please stay with us. You are not leaving." And this blondie, I know I shit on blondies a lot. I do shit on them. I still shit on blondies and brunettes because I hate them, but I respect them. But with this blondie, I can tell you right now, Mama Bear mode came out so hard. I mean, I was like, oh God. Oh my. Well then. I was scared to even say anything because at that point it was like, holy shit. Never seen Mama Bear mode like that at all. Regardless, she ended up getting so furious at the officers that wanted the ambulance coming to get him to take him to a hospital, to the point where she started angrily shit talking the officers, to a point where she was ready to basically, go fisticuffs with an officer. Of course, she was talking to another female officer, but let's just say, if the other people there that was already around her didn't stop to restrain her, she would have ended up getting an assault and battery on an officer charge. I'm not sure she would have gotten like a threatening an officer or a peace officer charge, but she definitely would have gotten a charge, right? We're not going to instructions because I gotta go maximum speed with the water I'm holding, 65. I'm gonna go here, and it's too risky to go in there, so I'm gonna go here instead, unless I'm forced to, in which case I gotta be very careful. But like I said, she basically tried to beat a red. But here's the thing: there was cameras on that very road that you saw. They got rid of the cameras, and this is what happens. Mostly, and if we try to put the cameras back, it's a cash grabbing. They're trying to, waste taxpayer money on bullshit. Or they're gonna basically, yell Bloody Mary all up the fucking ass, and basically, heavily go against having that idea. Well, you saw what happened, right? You saw what happened. Without the cameras, you wouldn't know who's at fault. I mean, a lot of people have dash cams now, so it's kind of, redundant, but redundancy is key when it comes to shit like this. I mean, the speed limit goes up to 80, but I'm telling you right now, the speed limit is 80, but it goes from 65 to 80, but the light was red on our side, their light was green. Kind of like this, how this was turning red, and we were turning green, and let's just say, I bet you at this time when the motorcycle was coming out, she made that left, and that's what happened. Needless to say, there'd probably be someone with a dash cam there, but who knows. What I can tell you, that guy I bet you he was ready. He was ready to meet his creator. Like, that guy was down on the floor, ready to meet his creator. Very well. And there's the expressway, by the way, to your left. Ooh, an express bus. Niagara Scenic. Statewide Scenic. It should be. Welcome. Welcome to Long Island. The ambulance did come and pick him up, but I'm pretty sure he's in the ICU. But if not, and if he's declared dead, I'll tell you one good thing though. Those ladies did not run away. They stayed at the scene. They stayed and everything. So they're not going to get a hit and run charge. What they will potentially get is some kind of traffic violation ticket. And if they were, and the worst case is that if they decide to prosecute and sue, or like criminally sue them for damages, one of them may actually go. The driver might end up facing some heavy time. Who knows? Because he did, but it's supposed like accidental vehicular manslaughter or vehicular homicide. It'd be accidental. Well, I wouldn't even say accidental. More so is purposeful. But I wouldn't even say it's like purposeful in the way like they intended to hit him and kill him, because then that will be first degree. Because it's already planned out. It is already a planned, essentially, assassination. Other than that, they came and all that shit, and, well, I was like, well, he already got shit settled, right? So, I'm gonna have to go back and clean the banks, the windows outside, so we went to doing that. Eventually, over time, yeah, the S3 route that I run through there, obviously got fucked, because both sides were now closed. Because both sides were closed, that means because I was already working in there anyway, I was like, okay, whatever. There's not going to be much of an issue for me because I'm already working here. So it's fine. Just do what you got to do. That fucking area got just... ugh. And it's like... and this is from an old lady here, sweet old lady here. She's like, there were cameras here, but they got rid of it. And it's like it's like a dangerous intersection. See, this is exactly why, and it's not even like a dangerous intersection in the sense like it's a bad. It could be bad, like with Atlanta, bad engineering, or it could be the drivers. They're stupid and retarded, right? And just like what happened there, it's like you're so stupid, you're so retarded. Why? Like if I saw what happened, I would probably chew them out. I'd be like, why did you drive like that? But at the same time, I'd also try to console them, because at the same time, while I would be angry and pissed, I'd also try to calm them down and tell them and give them it's gonna be all right type of calming. Knowing damn well it might not be right, because the thing is that they'll have to live with the potential unfortunate solemn that they killed a man. Think about that. They have to basically live with the rest of their life knowing they may have killed someone. They had killed someone because they had to be in a rush for something. So there you go. Wow. I walked up there and I was with my bucket on one of my sides like this, on one of my on one of my sides, and I'm like, wow. Because I was expecting blood. I didn't see no blood, or if it was, probably minimal. If anything, it was probably internal bleeding. Oh God, it really hurts my body right now. Oh God, I really. Oh man, it really gives me. Whew. 15 minutes in, and wow, now it's really this video more so 2 hours in, and wow, now it's really starting to the whole consequences of everything now are starting to sink in. Man, I'm gonna talk about that, man. And you actually can feel the secondhand pain on that shit. Regardless, I went to see what happened. Of course, I took a few pictures here and there, but that's not really much of anything. Basically, parking right, by the way. Basically, it's a parking ride, or you can just come here and just kind of sit and kind of take a break from everything. But it's a bus stop here regardless. Needless to say, he was eventually taken to the hospital. The ambulance did come. But the problem is, those people say that the ambulances there, most of them are if not all of them, are volunteer ambulances. So it's not like, okay, it's not like they could just come in quick because they're a county ambulance and just have everything quick like that. It was like, they basically would have to come in and, like, I don't know how volunteer versus county would work. I know the county we're going to go into is soon up ahead. Yeah, no shit, they have their own little county ambulance system as well as their police system. But, goddamn, like, I think the response time is the issue too. Because the county ambulance, they probably would have been there much quicker. Like the East Queens PD and their ambulance, yeah, they would have had their own. They would have had him in the hospital already, operating him already. I actually don't know how hospital ER works in that regard, but hey, someone would know. After that, News12 came in after a certain point. News12 Long Island came in. A reporter, I think she's a orange head, so I'm assuming she's a orange head. She's basically what do you call orange head people? People are immune to apparently getting knocked out by drugs to put people to sleep. Anesthesia is what it's called. A ginger. I'm assuming she's a ginger, but she could have had dyed orange for her hair. She could have had orange dye. Who knows? What I do know is she came in. I bet she took some pictures. She had her little reporter mic on, or not on. She had it on her hand. She took some pictures and everything. Went around. I'm not sure what story she took. She probably took I'm not sure she recorded her proper, but she did make her piece and then she left. I don't know if she even interviewed anyone. I don't know. Maybe later on it would interview. Maybe it takes time. But what I will tell you right now is that she came in, went and left. So while I haven't seen most of what happened, I really should be wearing sunglasses. I did see the majority of what happened, like 95%. The 5% is what I didn't see initially. No, it's like after the I can go up to see First Bay Expressway and then make a right. No, well, as in like the last exit, which is basically a forced right, or go down to South Coast Bay Road and then make a right and then make another right. It'd probably be safer that way. Still green. Please stay green. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Please! 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 Okay. Oh shit! I heard some water back there. After this, they were going to be forced onto the expressway, which is fine. Yeah, they did a piece and that's it. Overall, it's a whole story of why you shouldn't be rushing to go places and why you shouldn't be illegally WLIW21. This is a great reason why you should be rushing to go places, why you shouldn't be driving like a fucking buffoon or a maniac, why public transit needs to be more properly funded, and if there was a bus lane, it'd be much better. And also, like, the speed limit doesn't matter. The infrastructure here isn't that bad. It's the driver's test shit that are horrible. People will seem like they get their freaking license from Walmart or McDonald's. It's like, what do you learn other than turn left, turn right, turn right, turn left, parallel park? Now get out of the parking lot. Turn right, turn right, turn right, turn left. Okay, here's your license. What the fuck did I learn other than I can learn how to drive and parallel park? Take me on the expressway. Take me on a service road. Take me on driving like normal speeds during rush hours. Nighttime. Make me learn how to drive. You can tell I'm passionate about this, right? By the way, make me drive at night, so I have to see if I have cognitive awareness to drive at night. How about make me drive in the middle of rush hour once I'm ready enough, in city street grids, to see if I'm competent enough not to crash or make stupid turns, right? Let me go on the expressway. Let me test my knowledge to see if I can top 110 kilometers, by the way. Even if the speed limit is like 90 to 105 or whatever, that's part of the driver's test. Should be, can you clock 110 and be calm while driving 110k, right? And if you can't drive. And also, take them to the city. Can you stay within the city speed limit and not go any faster? Can you handle not road raging? You should be greater than all of that shit. See, this is why Chinese and German engineering of driver's tests works so fucking well. Because people don't want to learn roundabouts. People don't want to learn diverging diamonds, right? Or DDIs, right? They don't want to learn the new tech. The middle-aged people don't want to learn it. It's like, oh, well, my city didn't have it, so I don't care. So why should we care about learning new shit that we don't know? Well, crashes like this is a great example of why. So you should learn how to understand new driving, engineering marvels, because like technology, infrastructure is never ending of evolution. New technology for new roads. There it is, in 3/4 of a mile. But basically, yeah. When I saw that, man, I was expecting to be more, emotional, in a way. But I just had like a blank expression. It's like, so this is what it looks like to be in this pain, huh? This is what it looks like to be near death. This is what it looks like to have a near-death experience. From a vantage point of a non-looker or a bystander. We're here, by the way. You gotta get on this road and make a right again. We're by the bank. Basically, Jesus Christ! Like, I mean, it could put shivers all over me by just knowing that could happen to me. Like, and this is a person on a motorcycle, and it's like, people would then say, this is why motorcyclists are dangerous, why motorcycles are dangerous. No, the motorcycle wasn't dangerous. The motorcyclist wasn't dangerous. The dangerous person was the person in the car. Because they made an illegal turn, apparently, supposedly. It's assumed. You can never be too sure because it's assumptuous. Never be too sure. Right? Because people always take assumptions and read it like gospel as if it's the truth. You can't. You have to make sure you take assumptions like opinions, or like it. And whatever happened to proven innocent, proven what happened to innocent until proven guilty? It's like it's not proven. It's like guilty until proven innocent. Like the internet's opinion, like the court of public opinion, always, instead of it like innocent until proven guilty, the court of public opinion is guilty until proven innocent. You know how fucked up that is? You can be innocent as all you want, but the internet or the public opinion will think you're still guilty no matter what. Some people will think you're guilty forever. The moment they do one tiny bad act, they will think that you're a Satan. Yes, you're a Satanist or you're a demon because you did one little bad thing. People change, you know. Just like with Larry Lawton, he thinks of a bad choice. He doesn't believe in bad people, but in bad choices. And whatever bad choices you make puts you into circumstance. All right, that's the thing. Because you can't just automatically brush a whole group of people or a whole person or a whole gender or whatever and to say they're bad. Remember, I just said earlier that those 3 women crashed with that old man. And I already bashed them, but that's more so because it's a meme, if anything. I only say it because it's a meme. Honestly, not every bad driver, and not same thing with Japanese specifically, or more so Asian women. They're not necessarily bad drivers, especially if they're coming here for the first time to drive here. They're probably overwhelmed with our transit infrastructure as well. I'd probably be a shit driver in Japan, or in Malaysia, or in fucking Britain, or shit like that. For all you know. I could be a shit driver there because I don't know their infrastructure well enough. So it's like, honestly, you can't just assume things and then just base things off an assumption. It's, again, assumptuous. That being said, my stepmom, who did I learn to drive? From my stepmom, a woman. I drive very well, but here's the thing. I'm no innocent motherfucker either. I know I've been in a few tiny minor accidents that overall resulted in about nothing. I damaged the car a little bit myself, but the only one who was damaged was me, and me only in the vehicle, and that's it. No one else was damaged. But otherwise, a few times I did collide with a couple other people because I was being a little distracted with jamming to my music, which understandably, now you understand why it's a called distracted driving case, right? Exactly. Well, I gotta wait for that person to leave. Wait. Okay, we're good. So yeah, you gotta not take assumptions as facts. That's like taking an opinion and that opinion is suddenly factual. It's not. Coincidences sure are scary, but that's besides the point. Park back here. Overall, I feel like, yeah, people need to be retested, and I really think that people end up in a crash just like this that I explained to you, and part of what you saw, which I have the videos, I have the photos to also back up what I was just saying. I feel like what you need to do is, if you end up in a crash that's severe, you need to take another. Well, first off, you need to have your license suspended until you pass a 10-hour safety course. Until you pass a 10-hour safety course. I know usually it's 6 hours, but you now need to add an extra 4 hours into learning how and understanding how to prevent future crashes, new modern, traffic tech, like new intersection types, new traffic signal types, new mechanics of roundabouts and diverging diamonds. So basically you're forced to learn what these new things are. And otherwise, you cannot have your license. Your license will be suspended until further notice. Until you complete that course and complete 2 new driving tests. One in the day, one at night. And you are, and the driver, the proctor needs to force you onto the highway, onto the expressway, onto the parkway, whatever you want to fucking call it, the motorway. I don't give a shit. Basically, forcing you onto into the auxiliary routes and the undivided highways. The divided, you get what I mean. The interstates, you got what I mean. They need to force you onto that, so for like about 30 minutes. Obviously, the basic turns: left, right, going straight, curves, keep right, slow down when needed, following the speed limit or shit, parallel parking, whatever. The whole shebang, the whole 9 yards. But also, forcing onto the expressway. See if you could go up to 110 on the left lane when applicable, and for like about 5 seconds, and then you can slow down back to the speed limit, but get back to the right lane. Learn not to hog the left lane, and learn to drive without road raging, as in the middle of rush hour, in city limits, basically going to the city and driving on the expressways, the parkways of those areas, and on the local roads, see if you can stay on the city speed limit and not try to rage or try to speed. And here's the thing: if someone cuts you off, don't get provoked, because then I will also dock you some points. And for the instructor should also tell you: do not follow, do not start chase. Do not lead a chase. Stay still, stay civil, and kind of just follow your driver's test. And for the night one should really be around 9 p.m. 9 p.m. to midnight, to be held on a Saturday into Sunday. Or you can have a special one where it's from between 2 to 5 a.m. Or 3 to 4 a.m. you must drive 110 for half an hour, as in you must drive 110K for half an hour on the expressways, for half an hour from Riverhead all the way to the city line. See if you can handle that. And learning how to drive at night as opposed to driving in the day. Learn how to drive at night, not lose sleep, not like to just start going drowsy, and basically have better peripheral awareness to see if you can even drive that much anyway at night. Also, making sure you have your proper headlights on and everything, and obviously checking to make sure you have, to use your high beams when necessary or anything like that. So there you go. Overall, I think that our driver's test needs to be changed severely. It's just too fucking easy. Peace. Drive safe out there, guys.